Hey peeps, it's your girl BlessydGazaDiva and welcome back to the BlessydGazaDiva channel.
You're not like anyone else. You find the way you are. Did you do this all yourself? A smile ignites the room. Send us up to the time, you know it's called Tell. Representing for Blessed D, Gaza Diva. I'm out.
Cops make Tommy Lee cry. Artist feels unfairly targeted by police.
Just wanna be free. We just wanna be free.
Dancehall artist Tommy Lee Sparta was moved to tears after police listed him as a person of interest. Ernest Smith, the entertainer's attorney, says the entertainer believes a cop at the Freeport police station has a personal vendetta against him. Smith told the Star that with tears in his eyes, Tommy Lee Sparta asked the cop, "What have I done to you? Why you doing this to me?" Smith said that after accompanying his client to Montego Bay on Tuesday to turn himself in to law enforcers who wanted to question him, the artist was detained under the state of public emergency. Smith also said that he was informed at the station that the entertainer had a question and answer Q&A session set for yesterday morning at 11 with the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch (CTOC) and Organized Crime Investigations Division. But when they turned up, CTOC had no knowledge of any Q&A. Freeport police wasted my entire day yesterday, he said. Smith said that the cop in question told him that he made arrangements for the Q&A sessions and interrogations to begin on Wednesday. When I eventually got in touch with CTOC, they told me that the cop had made no arrangements with them to interview Mr. Leroy Russell, Tommy Lee Sparta's given name. No arrangements at all, Smith said. CTOC were very apologetic. Now, CTOC themselves have decided to take the bull by the horn and has set up the interview for 11:30 on Friday morning, and so I'm going to have to go back to Montego Bay on Friday. Smith also said that he called the lawman 27 times without answer. I sent him text messages to ask what has become of the arrangements, and he never answered. In my opinion, he deliberately misled us, he said. Despite his concern, Smith expressed confidence that after the Q&A session is conducted on Friday, his client would be set free. The officer that I spoke to at CTOC is a decent, honest policeman, and he said that he is going to make sure that it is done. I believe it will be done, so let us see what happens on Friday. Tommy Lee Sparta has to remain there in lockup until then, but I expect him to be released after the private session, said Smith. This is the third time in 4 years that the entertainer has been listed as a person of interest by the police. In 2016, detectives in the Kingston Eastern Division listed him as a person of interest in relation to a shooting incident on Saunders Avenue in Kingston. The following year, the Freeport police station asked the DJ to turn himself in for questioning in relation to a shooting in the flanker community during the Christmas holiday. In 2017, Smith said that Tommy Lee Sparta was pursuing a $20 million lawsuit against the state. He said his client had faced discrimination and that his rights as a citizen were breached by the police, who refused to grant permits for shows on which he was booked. Boy, people, reading through this story, they certainly have a vendetta against Tommy Lee. Now, we know that Tommy Lee has been in legal woes for as ever long as we can recall or remember. And remember what Tommy Lee said. Anytime he's on top of his game, anytime he has the hits out there, anytime he's taking over the charts, anytime he has his song in heavy rotation, anytime they're on him radio, TV, they always come at him. We can say safely for the last 3 to 4 years, or let's say 2 to 3 years, safely, Tommy Lee Sparta has upped his game. Tommy Lee Sparta miling out and milling out #1 tracks. Tommy Lee Sparta, Blessings, one of the biggest songs, if not the biggest song of 2019. And He's on his grind this year. He started off with hit singles and he continues to deliver. Music videos are on point as per usual. He's having a happier spirit, happier time. And if you notice, Tommy Lee Sparta has dumbed down on the gun tracks them as well. And the last track that Tommy Lee released with the guns in it, I said to myself, watch and see. I said to myself, watch and see how they're going to try and creep up on the man. And so said, so done. They shot Tommy Lee's daughter recently, and he managed to stay away from trouble. He managed to stay away from the police, and he managed to stay out of harm's way with the cops. And them still a try fight the man. Now, what does an entertainer like Tommy Lee Sparta do in situation or instances like this, right? Because the law is created to protect us. Yet we have political infraction being committed day in, day out, and they get a tap on the wrist and it gets shoved under the rug. Lisa Hanna, namely, she was recently ostracized, hauled over the coal by the quote-unquote DPP. She and the next one we need for go on a fair yard because she's not really doing anything for the country. And all they can say constantly, entertainers are tied to this, entertainers are linked to gangs. The politicians in Jamaica are linked to the biggest gangs. The politicians in Jamaica commit the largest money launderies, the largest schemes, the largest gangs. Those are the politicians. And nobody not running down the politicians. They hold public office easily. So I grew up in the ghetto now as a hardcore ghetto man, and I happen to then take on to music, so I must drop my guard just like that and separate myself from everybody that I grew up with. That's basically what they're asking these artists to do. And when you have the little puny artists who come into dancehall pretending that they are about that life, and it isn't being about that life don't mean that you are pow-powing. Being about that life means that you grew up in hard times, you grew up in the roughness, your friends are hardcore from the ghetto, and you and your brethren them good, and you maintain what you did always have before you even have money. How does that make you a criminal? But then you have the wimps that comes through who pretend to be about that life, and then they get lauded for what? For being fake. I think the problem with these artists like Tommy Lee Sparta, Vybz Kartel, all the artists that they take set on, them too real. The biggest gunmen in Jamaica are the political leaders. Whether women or men, biggest launderers, biggest problem makers, the police in Jamaica and the political leaders in Jamaica. The only thing that they have a legal right to do what they're doing. Even in Tommy Lee Sparta's case now, why would this police said he set up a Q&A? The lawyer calling him 27 times and him not answering. That is obviously a personal vendetta. That is obviously something personal. And when you check the levels, they can't deny it. His Tommy Lee Sparta's Boss Lady music manager, I think it's his manager, posted up last night this song on his site, and she also posted up this article on behalf of Tommy Lee Sparta and Boss Lady music team. I would like to thank all supporters for your heartwarming messages. It is time for all of us to unite and peacefully condone discrimination against Tommy Lee Sparta and all artists who are either wrongfully detained, accused, or imprisoned for alleged crimes they never committed. Vybz Kartel comes to mind right there. Vybz Kartel is imprisoned, given a life sentence for what I don't know, and my artist is innocent. And for all of you in the comment section who think otherwise, GazaDiva really don't care, all right? Because there are people who have killed people, their family hide it, blame it on other people, and now they are quote-unquote leaders of our country. So what about these artists? Stop detaining the artists wrongfully. Stop detaining the artists on false crime. Stop detaining the artists and taking away their freedom because you are flexing your muscle in the law. Justice will be served, And when Vybz Kartel got to the Privy Council, And I'm dying to get that update. Hopefully we'll have an update for you soon, because I want to see if they're going to deny it. Because if they deny it, we know exactly what it is. But free Tommy Lee Sparta. And we're saying all of the Sparta fans, all of the Gaza Sparta fans, down below in the comment section, tell me your thoughts about this. Let's rally around Tommy Lee Sparta. They say that tomorrow he's going to have the hearing, so hopefully by tomorrow afternoon Tommy Lee Sparta will be a free man. Gaza for life, Gaza Sparta for life. One way, no other way. Loyalty is a lifestyle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, leave your thoughts below, and share.